Welcome to Habitat for Humanity, serving King and Kittitas counties. We're excited to have you build with us, and we thank you for your continued support. We want your build day to be fun and rewarding, but most importantly, safe. This video will inform you of our on-site procedures and what to expect from your volunteer day. We are living through challenging times, and due to COVID-19, Habitat has implemented safety guidelines in the interest of public health and our commitment to the well-being of all of our volunteers on all of our build sites. This video will provide an opportunity to understand and adapt to our new operating environment, providing peace of mind. And while there's no guarantee of an illness-free event, everyone must take responsibility to adhere to these reasonable health and safety measures. Face masks must be worn at all times. Additional masks will be available on site if needed. Masks should cover both your nose and your mouth. We ask that volunteers maintain a social distancing of at least 6 feet apart whenever possible. You'll be split into groups where 3 to 5 individuals work together throughout the day in order to create additional distancing from others. We've located hand washing stations on site and encourage volunteers to wash their hands frequently, and we'll provide hand sanitizer to supplement hand washing. All tools and personal protection equipment will be sanitized prior to the volunteer day, with sanitizer available throughout the day. Please sanitize any shared power tool or surface after using it. To reduce the shared use of items, you're going to be encouraged to bring your own water bottles, work gloves, your lunch, unless other arrangements have been made, safety glasses, hard hats, hand tools, and tool belts. On all of our Habitat build and repair sites, volunteers are required to follow these rules about attire. Our site dress code requires volunteers to wear shirts with at least short sleeves, no tank tops, long pants, and closed-toed shoes. Please dress comfortably and in clothes that can get dirty. We advise you to watch the weather and to dress in layers. If you're experiencing any symptoms, we ask that you please stay home. When you come to our build sites, you will be greeted by a site supervisor or AmeriCorps member who will take your temperature, have you sign in, and give you a pre-shift health form to complete. To ensure the health and safety of all on site, we will not allow any staff or volunteers to remain on site who have a fever of over 100.4 degrees or are experiencing any other COVID symptoms. If at any point in the day you start experiencing symptoms or are not feeling well, please notify your site supervisor and immediately return home. If you start experiencing symptoms following your volunteer day, please notify your Habitat contact or your site supervisor so that others who were in close contact with you will be alerted. Your health status will remain confidential. To ensure proper distancing, we've designated chairs and tables marked with X's to show where to sit during breaks or during lunch. When you enter any of our build sites, you'll be greeted by either a construction supervisor or one of our AmeriCorps members who will check you in for the day. Your site supervisor will go over the specific tasks and safety talk for the day, then break everyone into groups. If at any time you're uncomfortable performing a certain task, please let the site supervisor or AmeriCorps lead know, and you will be directed to a different task. We welcome any and all questions during your time with us on site. If you're not sure about something, please ask. Now we'll go over our general safety guidelines that will help ensure you and your group will have a fun and safe day on site. Safety starts with you, and being aware of your surroundings is a big part of that. Watch for tripping hazards, cords on the ground, equipment, and other people. Stay alert at all times. Watch for people working around or overhead. Communicate with others on site. Understand who's working where and when. Working at a construction site involves various physical activities, and one of those will most likely be lifting and moving materials. Here are some reminders about lifting by yourself and with others. Knowing your capabilities is a good place to start. Always ask your site supervisor or AmeriCorps members for help with lifting materials around the site. If you are able to lift an object by yourself, remember to bend with your knees and keep a straight back. When lifting with a partner or others, Communicate the lifting process to get rid of any confusion. Throughout your volunteer day, you'll be most likely working with a number of power tools. Your site supervisor or AmeriCorps member will provide tool-specific training, but here's some general rules to follow when using any power tool. When using any tool, even a hammer, always wear eye protection, which is provided at all of our sites. If you wear prescription glasses, you'll be provided with safety glasses that fit over them. Check to make sure the tool is working properly. If there are any issues with the power tool, unplug the device first and consult your site supervisor or AmeriCorps member for assistance. When cutting any material, always make sure to cut away from yourself. Ladders are a commonly used part of most volunteer days, but improper use can lead to serious injury. Here are a few helpful tips to remember when using ladders. Always inspect the ladder before use, checking for signs of excess wear or damage. When setting up any ladder, make sure the footing is secure and stable. Always have a partner steadying the ladder while you or others are using it. When climbing up and down a ladder, always maintain 3 points of contact, either 2 hands and a foot or 2 feet and a hand. Have both hands free of any tools or materials. When working from a ladder, always make sure your center of gravity is between the rails. A good rule of thumb is if your belly button is beyond the rails, you're reaching too far. If this is the case, climb down and move the ladder closer. For A-frame ladders, make sure the center braces are locked before climbing. Never use the top 2 steps. Don't store any tools on the ladder, as they may fall on an unsuspecting person who comes to move the ladder after you. For extension ladders, never use an extension ladder without someone holding it for you. The ladder should extend at least 3 feet past any surface you may be climbing onto from it. And remember the 4-to-1 ratio. For every 4 feet up, the bottom of the ladder should be placed 1 foot out from the wall. Practicing all of these safety guidelines will ensure you leave the site the way you arrived, with the exception of perhaps being a little tired from the day's activities. We hope you have a great time building with our staff and AmeriCorps on site today. With your help, more individuals and families will have a safe, decent, and affordable place to call home. Thank you.